So Aguero runs riot, and Liverpool's midfield cause havoc. We look at that and more on FPL Today, coming up next. What's up guys, and welcome to JNO United, bringing the best in football news, entertainment and games. And today we're looking at Game Week 6 and looking forward to Game Week 7 on FPL Today. But before we get into that, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here and smash that thumbs up button, 50 likes, and there will be a second video around Thursday or Friday, probably an FPL versus. Make sure to leave in the comments down below what FPL versus you want to see. And let's get on with the show. Now, I actually did really well this week, getting significantly above the average. I got 62 points when the average was 45. That gave me a game week rank of 490,688, which is under the 500k mark, and saw my overall rank rise. I'm now sitting on 326 points, and my overall rank is now 215,400th. So I'm now under that magic 10% mark, which is where I want to make sure I stay. And this is a lot earlier than I managed to get to this point last year. And of course that had a positive effect on all of my classic and head-to-head leagues. Green arrows across the board. It's been a long time coming. I've missed moments like these. So now I'm sitting at 257th in the JNO Classic and hoping to still rise in that Classic League. And it picked me up victories in every single head-to-head clash I had. If we have a look at the Dream Team of the Week, the Dream Team of the Week would have got you 141 points, the exact same total as last week. If we look at it, not many keepers had a great game week though because of the amount of goals. Fortunately, I had one of them, which was Tom Heaton. And Tom Heaton's Burnley partner in defence, Michael Keane, also got into the Team of the Week. But if we have a look at the midfield, that midfield has 3 Liverpool players. That's how dominant Liverpool's midfield was in their game against Hull. And then of course up top we had Aguero return to goal scoring form after his suspension, and Heung-min Son, and I probably said that wrong, showed that he could be a very viable option this Fantasy Premier League season if he can avoid the rotation that is very likely in that Tottenham midfield. So my star of the week, or should I say stars of the week, is that Liverpool midfield. Now apart from Sturridge and Origi, most of the players that are scoring points for Liverpool are going to be midfielders. Sturridge and Origi aren't even guaranteed starters. If we have a look at their stats from Game Week 6, we can see that they were first across the board in a lot of goal scoring and chance creating stats. They scored 5 goals, which was first in the league for that game week. They had 32 attempts on goal, which was also first for that game week. And they created a chance every 2.9 minutes. So under every 3 minutes they were creating a goal scoring opportunity. And more importantly, they had the most shots on target along with the most goals scored. That shows how lethal that Liverpool midfield can be, especially at Anfield against lower table sides. But it's not just Game Week 6 where they were this lethal. If we have a look at all 6 game weeks in total, we can see that Liverpool have come first in a lot of the stats as far as chance creation and attacking football goes. For goals they are second in the league, but for total attempts on goal with 117 they are first. Also with a minutes per chance of 4.8, they are also the first in the league for that. Also getting the most shots on target and creating the most chances in the league. Now the only kind of sides that are beating them in these tables are Man City, Tottenham and Arsenal. So Liverpool are definitely one of the most attacking teams that are going to get you the points this FPL season if this trend continues. And as for my Fool of the Week, or Fools of the Week, I've gone for the Leicester City defence. Now I could have gone with El Hamadi from Hull because of him getting -2 points, but I thought I went for a Hull player last week. I don't want it to seem like I hate Hull City. I've actually got a friend who's a Hull City fan who was pretty devastated after that weekend. But we've gone with the Leicester City defence because they had 2 defenders get -1 points, and their whole defence in total got a score of -1. That's right, their whole defence, if you add up all their points, would have got you a total of -1. They conceded 4 goals, which is only just below Hull City, and they conceded 12 shots inside the box. Their defending from crosses and corners was diabolical. But now let's look on to Game Week 7, and again, it just feels like every game week at the moment is a great game week. We have a Friday night game, so make sure to have your teams ready before that Friday night deadline. Chelsea have a chance to get their side back into winning ways on their road to Stoke. But it's the Sunday night football that looks really exciting, with Leicester City playing an informed Southampton at home and Spurs welcoming Man City to White Hart Lane. Now, where I see the points, if Liverpool can take their form on the road against Swansea, there could be points there. Depending on how Spurs play, Man City could get points, but that game could go either way. Burnley look good at home, but can Arsenal's flowing football break that down? And there could be some points from the Middlesbrough side if West Ham continue their current form defensively. Now, my captain choice of the week, and the safe option is still Aguero. A lot of people will be picking Aguero. He's proved he hasn't lost his touch at all. And in that Man City side, a lot of chances are going to be created. But I'm trying to avoid going for the obvious choice. So my choice, and this could go wrong, and my captain choice last week with Firmino didn't exactly pan out, considering he's the only midfielder who didn't get points. But my choice this week is Marcus Rashford. Now, he's not a certain starter, so you might have to have a look at the lineups and press conferences before the game week starts to know if he's definitely going to play or not. But if he does play, he definitely looks like a player who will score goals. He's had 2 starts and 4 appearances, and in those 2 starts and 4 appearances, he scored 3 goals. And while he's on the pitch, his goal involvement is 50%. So every time he's on the pitch, he's involved in 50% of the goals. He has a 25.4 minutes per attempt score, a shot accuracy of 40% and a goal conversion of 30%, while also creating 3 chances for his teammates. Now, if Marcus Rashford is given an extended run in the first team in the Premiership, I definitely believe he can get goals, even if he is on the left, because he will be cutting inside and hopefully feeding off of Ibrahimovic, running past him and getting played through. Also, he is very clinical when he is in the box. Now, I'll be honest, I'm telling you, if you want my actual captain pick, I'm most likely going to go with Aguero. I just feel like Man City, the way they're playing football at the moment, they will be scoring goals, and a Man City player will score, and it's most likely going to be Aguero. But of course, the goals could come from anywhere in that side at the moment. The only downside is if Spurs put in a good defensive performance, that could backfire on you, but it could backfire on lots of people, so it won't hurt your ranking overall. But if you want to take the risk, then Marcus Rashford is there. And it doesn't hurt that they're coming up against Stoke. And then we move on to my differential of the week, and I'm going for Christian Benteke. He had a very good game week 6. His stats were very suggestive that he's on the rise and will be scoring lots of goals in that Crystal Palace side. And Crystal Palace have always been missing that lethal striker up front. His ownership is at only 6.2%. He's had 4 starts and scored 2 goals, a goal involvement rate of 20%, and he's created 5 chances for his team already. Now, I believe Crystal Palace have very good, or potentially very good, wingers who love to put the ball into the box, and Christian Benteke is the type of striker that loves receiving the ball in the box. If you remember last season, his goal against Man United, I believe, he is good in the air, especially when balls are crossed into the box for him to feed off of. Now, his Game Week 6 stats were amazing. I don't have them up on me right now, but I believe it was something like 8 shots from inside the box. And I believe the majority of them were on target as well. So Christian Benteke could definitely be a very good differential for you in Game Week 7. And as for Red Herring, I looked through the game week, and you know what? I can't really see one. The only one that I'm slightly worried about is if Tottenham put in a good defensive performance, then that Man City lineup could be a red herring. But so many people own Man City players like Sterling and like Aguero that if they blank, it's not going to hurt your rankings that much because lots of other people will be picking up the same points. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in as always. I've been JNO, you've been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.